with me today. She is a Pomeranian. We are going to give her a nice bath, blow dry, and a trim up all over today. We don't take too much hair off of her since she is a Pomeranian with that double coat. We don't want to damage her hair at all. If you groom dogs that are double coated and you take their hair too short, a lot of things can happen that permanently damage the hair, such as not growing back at all, growing back in patches, different textures, different colors, and we don't want that to happen. She's very fluffy and we love her hair, so we just take a little bit off to shape her up and then clean her up and make her look at that natural look on her. Alright, now that Annabelle is all washed and rinsed, I'm going to take my K9 2 Velocity dryer and dry her out. Since she's got that undercoat, we're going to try to get a lot of that out during the drying process, just because it's going to make the groom look a lot nicer at the end, and it's going to make it so we don't have to brush or comb her as much and put her through that as well. So I'm going to move that. You can see I'm moving that dryer back and forth really fast. That gets a majority of that water off really well and helps spread that coat apart and get that undercoat out. So we're going to be drying her for a little bit here, and then we will take her over to my table for the grooming process. Alright, so after she's all dry, I have her on my grooming table. I'm taking my Chris Christensen brush that is going to be linked below. I'm going to give her a good brush out. Make sure that there's no knots or anything. Since we are trimming her up and using, we're going to be skimming a guard comb on her hair. So since we're doing that, we have to make sure that she's brushed and combed all the way through. Otherwise that finished look isn't going to look the way we want it to. So in order to get that perfect look at the end, we got to make sure that she's fully brushed and combed. Now that I have brushed and combed her, I am going to take my shears. They're the Kenchi Rosé shears. I'll go ahead and link some below as well. I'm going to start off by trimming the hair on her feet, just because it's the first and easiest thing to get down. So I'm just going to go ahead and round them out. I already did her nails and shaved her pads. That wasn't in the video, so I did that first, which makes it easier to round out those feet. And it's just one of the first things that I do in my grooming process with every single dog. So I'm going to go ahead and trim behind and round out those paws. Alright, now I'm going to take my clippers and I'm taking my Wall 2 guard, and I have a 15 Arturo blade underneath this 2 guard. You can do a 30 blade underneath, but I found that the 30 blades tend to break under the guard combs, and we don't want breaking any of our blades because then we can't use them. We got to throw them out and buy new ones. So we just avoid that by using the 15 blade underneath the 2 guard. And what I'm doing here is skimming. I'm not pressing down to the skin. I am simply skimming the hair to give it that nice rounded look. I can do this with my shears, but the guard comb does make it go by a little bit faster, and especially since I'm scissoring all day, every day, my hands tend to cramp up and get tired. So I'm just taking the guard comb, skimming it over, giving that nice little rounded look. I'm going to take it on the back legs, the side of the legs, the stomach, and chest area. The entire back I kind of don't touch. I don't trim it up. I kind of just leave that alone and blend it into everything else. here you'll see that I'm scissoring her feathers on her front leg. I don't really take the guard comb down her front legs. I usually just shear those. So I comb it upwards and I take my shears and I'll fluff it. You can see I just fluffed it there. So I'm constantly using my shears to fluff up hair and make sure that I'm trimming everything, not leaving any little stray hairs behind. So I go ahead and do that, and then I might fix up her stomach while I'm down there as well. See from the side view how well her body looks rounded and nicely shaped compared to before. So it just gives her a nice all-around trim up without damaging that beautiful coat that she has. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to click to subscribe and we'll see you next time.